What's up, you guys? So I was reading in First Kings chapter 13, and I came across this story that it kind of got me upset. It made me a little bit upset, and I'm going to explain to you why. But here's pretty much the sum of the story. So there's this king named King Jeroboam, and this king did not do right in the eyes of the Lord. He didn't do right in the eyes of the Lord. And so he made an altar, right? He made an altar to sacrifice on and stuff like that in the high places. Then all of a sudden, this man of God, now it doesn't say what this man of God's name was. This was a nameless man of God, okay? I'm sure he had a name, but it doesn't say what his name was. He comes up to the altar and talks against the altar, proclaiming the word of the Lord. Then the king hears this and he's like, "What?" And he stretches out his hand and says, "Arrest that man." As soon as he said that, his hand started to wither to where he couldn't bring his hand back to him. His hand withered. So the king's like, "Oh, entreat, man of God, entreat for me to your God so that way he can restore my hand." So the man of God entreats for him, and God heals his hand and restores his hand back to normal. So the king tells him, "Come with me to my home that you may eat and drink, and I will reward you." Man of God tells him, "You can give me half the kingdom, and I still wouldn't go back with you. The word of the Lord told me not to eat, nor to drink, nor to come back the way that I came." So he left. Meanwhile, afterwards, this old prophet, mind you, again, this guy is not named. It's just called an old prophet. Okay, an old prophet goes and finds out because his sons comes and tell him what was going on. So this old prophet goes to see this man of God. He asks him, and he finds him under an oak tree. He finds him and asks him, "Are you the man of God that spoke against the altar?" Man of God was like, "I am." Then he said, then the prophet said, "Come back to my home with me to eat and drink." And the man of God said, "No, the word of the Lord told me not to eat, nor to drink, nor to come back the way that I came." Then this old prophet, this is the part that makes me upset. This is the part that makes me upset. This old prophet is going to tell this man of God, he told him, "I am like you. I'm a prophet, just like you. An angel of the Lord came to me with the word of the Lord and said, tell him to come back home with you to eat and to drink." So the man of God listened, which, for one, he shouldn't have done, because that completely contradicted what the word of the Lord told him. Not the angel came. The dude was lying. And it even says the old prophet was lying to him. So no angel of the Lord came to him and told him this. He lied. Straight up, he lied. So the man of God came back, which he wasn't supposed to do, because he said, "Don't come back the way that you came." He ate and drank with him. While he ate and drank with him, the old prophet came with a word of the Lord. The word of the Lord came to the old prophet, and then he started to cry out, "Because you disobeyed the commandment of God, and he told you not to come back the way you came and eat and drink, your corpse will not be laid with your fathers." So the man of God's about to leave. Dude, prophet saddles him up, right? Saddles him up on the way. So he's on his way. Man of God's going. And then a lion meets him and kills him. He doesn't tear his body up. And he doesn't even tear the donkey's body up. He throws his body to the wayside. Now, people find out about this. They find out about this. And it gets back to the old prophet. And the old prophet's like, that was the man of God that disobeyed the word of the Lord. If I ever wanted to slap someone so bad, it would be that old prophet. I'm so serious. It would be that old prophet. If I wanted to just uppercut someone 15 levels up and 20 levels down, like in Mortal Kombat, and just, it would be that old prophet. See, you guys just, there's more to the story, but that's pretty much the gist of it. So go read 1 Kings chapter 13. You will understand what I'm talking about. But the moral of this is that it doesn't matter what anybody else says. If God told you something, God told you something. If someone else comes, even if they proclaim to be a prophet, even if they proclaim, they're an ordained minister, a theologist, whatever have you, even if they come and tell you God told them this, this, and that, you need to stick with God told you. And you need to pray about what God told them. Because if God truly told them, God is going to confirm to you that he told them. Because it wouldn't be what they said, it would be what God said. So remember, don't take anybody else's word, okay? Don't take anybody else's word for you. Always, always consort God. And if you can't hear God, consecrate yourself fast. That's something that I'm working on because I want to hear God better. I want to hear God better. Because I don't want that situation happening to me. Where some guy's going to come up and say, the word of the Lord told me this, this, this. Man, get out of here with that. Get out of here with that. So, God bless you guys. In the name of Jesus, I just wanted to share with you that story kind of made me upset. That old prophet. Glory be to God.